Welcome, DTM Ola Rasheed.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nelish. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all Toastmasters and to be Toastmasters if you do have any among all the audience. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for everyone who worked on this program and event to make it happen today. Mentoring. Now, maybe some people they don't know the real meaning of mentoring. In short term, it's just to have someone who will take care of you during your own journey. Oh, so hopefully my own presentation is only 3 slides, but with the information, hopefully it will be useful for all of you. Thank you so much. So let's kick off with the presentation, please. So first of all, to speak about the mentor himself or herself. Mentor is a person who has an experience in a certain field and will have someone we call the protege or the mentee to help and support to teach them how to do certain things. So this is what already mentioned here, take personal interest and helps. Actually, the relationship between the mentor and the mentee, it's kind of to be like friends. You really need kind of to get personal with the person that you are working with, so you will be able as a mentor to help that person. Of course, you need to be a role model for the mentee that you are working with. Like, for example, to attend the meetings as much as you can, to do roles as much as you can, delivering speeches. Because you cannot be a mentor while you are telling your mentee that you need to attend the meetings and yourself you are not attending the meetings. So you need to try to be that kind of an example for the person that you are helping. And of course, whatever knowledge that you have been collecting and learning in Toastmasters, you need to give that knowledge to that person. Because when we learn in life, it's not about that I need to have that information for me. I need to have that knowledge for me. I don't want to share it with everyone. Otherwise, what you have learned has no use, has no advantage in anything. When you learn something, you need to share it with others so they will learn as you learned. And of course, it's always your own goal to make your mentee and a protege a successful person. One of the things based on my own experience, I always, when I mentor someone, when I see something in that person, they excel in something. Maybe he's really very good to be a master of ceremony or very good to do humorous speech. So I always trigger that thing in them and I try always to help them to work on that part. So this is your responsibility as a mentor to try to trigger the potential in your mentee or the protege to help them to learn much more, to know much more about it, because sometimes they may don't know that they really do have such a skill. You yourself, when you became a Toastmaster, most of us we didn't know that we do have such a skill till there's someone will come to you and tell you, you know, you are good in that part, so let's work on it. So always remember as a mentor to trigger that potential in your mentee and protege to try to make them successful people. Now, of course, in the mentorship relation between the mentee and the mentor is not always about the mentor, but always there is the mentee has certain responsibilities and certain qualities they really need to have it in them. First of all, as a mentee or the protege, you need to have the ability or the the intention that you really want to learn. You need to have a certain goal that you have in your mind so you can share it with your mentor so they can help you to achieve that goal. You need to open for new ideas. Maybe the mentor would suggest new strategies in delivering your own speech, or new strategies in doing a certain leadership role. Try it. It's okay if it didn't fit with you. Tell your mentor, it didn't work with me. Try something else. Because this is like take and give relationship between both of you. Now, for the responsibilities, if we can go to the responsibilities for the mentee, of course, you need to make sure that you wanted to take up role meetings. You always need, like, this is always as a mentor. You need sometimes to push your mentee to do, like, you need to, let's try to do such a role. Let's try to deliver a speech. Try to, if there is something that you want to really learn much more, you can ask your mentor that you want to do such a thing, so your mentor will help you to do that thing in a very good way. And here we go to the other points that we do have on the slide. Okay, so always remember, as a mentor and a mentee, not only the mentee, but always the mentor, to try as a mentor as well. Try to attend your meetings regularly. Try to take up the roles not only like once a month, try twice a month. Actually, the normal like meetings we do have is twice. Other meetings they do have it like once a week. It depends on the club itself, but try to take up roles whenever you can. Try to deliver speeches once a month. Don't make it that much longer. If you can do it much more, that will be perfect. At the same time, try if as a mentor, I would suggest for you, you try to help your mentee to deliver speeches in different clubs. Because at a certain point, your mentee or protege will reach a point they will feel really comfortable with their club members. So they really need to propose themselves for different audience, so they will test their own capability and skills of delivering speeches or doing roles. And of course, that will be a big learning experience for them. Now let's go to the next slide, which is related to our program that we are offering in District 20, Reach to Grow, or as we call it, mentoring beyond the club. Now, District 20, actually the last years already was created by our district director, DTM Ola, who was the PQD at last year. And our BQD, DTM Khalid Abdullah, really wanted to, move on with this legacy. So just to put it in you in a very smooth thing, we are planning to have a program where we can pair a mentee with a mentor. I will share two questionnaires, one for the mentor. If we do have members among us who are eligible to be mentors and would love to be mentors, and for people who would love to be mentored, I will share it when I am done with my presentation. I will share it in the chat. So when you answer that information, we will check it out and we will start to pair the mentor and the mentee together. It depends on which kind of area you would love to work on. If you need to be mentored in international speech contests, for example, or in any of the roles. So can we have the other points that we do have in this slide? And I wanted just to tell you all, this program is not only to overcome or to take the place of the mentoring in the club itself. No, actually, this is a complement to the mentoring that is already happening in the club itself. I do really encourage the clubs, they really do, the clubs to work on to have a mentor for their new members. But here we are trying to help and to support you, because there is some of the clubs they really do hope like most of them, they are new members, so they really need someone to help them. So we are here to to help you to do that. Now, related to the park do's and don'ts, of course, it's not about that you need to follow this, but of course, it's there. Like we are trying to give you a small hint about what kind of relationship that you really need to have with your with between the mentor and the mentee. I will leave it to you to read it. But for me, from my side, what I wanted to share with you, that you really need to have a good relationship between each other. And it is really very important. If you, as a mentor, you have been asked to mentor someone and you feel that you cannot mentor that person, your duty and responsibility to tell that I cannot mentor that person. Because doesn't mean that each person or that each person can mentor anyone. Because the most important thing in the relationship between the mentor and the mentee is to have that kind of chemistry. It's really, maybe some people they will say no, we are here just to learn and everyone need to serve each person, but it doesn't work in that way. It's really very important to have that kind of chemistry, because when you really do have it, it will be easy for the mentor to help the mentee to reach their goal. At the same time, it will help the mentee to trust the mentor that this person will lead this person to be successful. So this is what you really need to think of. So later on, when you think about, like later on when we do that kind of pairing, if you really felt that you cannot mentor that person, or you as a mentee you really wanted to change the mentor, just inform us for the person who will be responsible for in our team, and we will work it for all of you. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Hopefully that gave you a broader knowledge and idea about what is mentoring. And of course, whenever you need any help, you can approach me. You can approach DTM Khalid Abdullah. And thank you so much. So thank you so much. And back to you, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Nellish.